all these years, and nobody even saying anything to me, or they don't even hear a scrap of information about anything along them lines. Nothing. That's they can say whatever they want, but that still disgusts me.
Yeah, the saddest day in urology is when Dr. Roger Leir, passed on, and
it was a tough.
I remember listening to him on Art Bell's show about a week or two before he passed on, and he was set, looking to get more funding and to start doing more.
Oh, yeah, get more funding. Well, with the newer equipment and things coming up and finding more out and going back. Yeah, he was always looking. He was he was a doctor and scientist. I've caught some guff about what people tell me. Dr. Leir was he sacrificed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I was just one patient of 17. He sacrificed a lot. Time and family, it'd be rough on his family. He could have a weekend with him and he'd be with somebody getting an implant taken out of their body or making a speech. There's more to it than meets the eye, and people just don't realize this. But like I said, 20 years. I think of what I think of is like penicillin. It was unknown for a while, and then boom, here it comes. And like I said, and it wouldn't be so bad, but the Obama White House did have a memo on Dr. Leir's research in June of 2009 that was kind of taken from his book. So, the human abduction and this membrane are all brought up in there, and you did nothing. Didn't even get, what do you think, or an ask or anything, It's pretty sad. That's all I say.
Well, I can just say this. I don't understand why somebody else didn't pick up where Dr. Roger Leir, left off. And because,
well,
there's more.
That's what I'd like to. Well, we still got Daryl Sims, but, Daryl's he's not a doctor or a scientist, We need somebody with that medical training in there, you think some of the other, of course, there's some of the other doctors that did surgeries for Dr. Leir, but you've got to realize, do they want to make, he made quite a commitment.
Well,
do them guys want to make that kind of commitment,
Well, put it this way, you make that type of commitment, you're going to be living, very inexpensively the rest of your life versus, a doctor that could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You give that up because you believe in something so strong.
Well, you don't, but you could still probably maintain a practice. But I'm saying, like, you're giving up like your free time. You see what I'm getting at? You might have some free time to do something with your family, but there's a conference you could go to and make a little bit of a presentation like he would do, or go somewhere else and do something, try to show something. I don't, there's other things. I don't think it really killed his practice. He knocked him down, but he still kind of practiced. Even a doctor could practice, work 4 days a week, but if you got your 3 days and you got to do something else, a commitment to something.
Well,
I'd like to went out after I had my surgery and done a lot more, but I tried to do the best I could. But I had kids in college, and I live in Yuma, Colorado. It's a long ways to anything from here. So
yeah. Well, I remember like last time he was on my friend's Art Bell's show, and he was telling Art, he goes that, hey, I don't make the big bucks that other people do in my profession because I devote my whole everything into, implant removal to prove that it really exists. And that's what we need more proof of. We need somebody to step up and do what like Dr. Roger Leir did. I think there's, more release lately of UFOs and abductions, but yet on the other hand, there's something out there that is it take a special person like Dr. Roger Leir to lay their whole reputation, their career on the line to do what he was doing? That is the problem. I think there's a reason why a lot of people aren't stepping up to do what he did. But on the other hand, are they maybe not wanting to step into it because maybe, regardless, people say that, hey, they're going to release information tomorrow. and I'm just using that as a term, tomorrow, which could be next year or the year or never, about, UFOs and aliens that exist. Now, let's face it, there's something out there, okay, that is unidentified. And people are seeing it all the time. And, Peter Davenport has the reporting center, and he's getting more and more strange, where people are starting not just seeing UFOs. They're actually, he's getting reports of people, giving reports of actually seeing the aliens themselves. So maybe they're making more of their presence known to mankind. I don't know.
Well, even back though in the 50s, people were seeing the aliens themselves and running into, it's getting a little more so, but, we hardly don't. But, like I said, that I can almost tolerate. But, like I said, Dr. Leir found that membrane now 23 years ago, and it's a reality, and it could probably be helping people that need quality of life. But not even a sniff. That's what's so sad. So if they won't even divulge on that, what are they going to want to do with anything else? Yeah. Sneak it in. Of course, all the nice alien technology we got a lot of it. I mean, I kind of go with Philip Corso. I think Day After Roswell. They had a deal I watched on TV last night about the Holocaust, and they had a couple survivors looking for old friends, and the Holocaust database and things they were looking through and information, and ended up getting some results. For 68-year-old, 78, 68, 69, 67-year-old guy, it's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
I'm just wondering how your health would have been if you would have not had that implant removed. I'm just wondering if the implant keeps people from, getting sicker. I don't even know what the implant is. I don't know if it's just monitoring your health, or is it monitoring your thoughts, monitoring everything you do, for they can kind of track what a human being does.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. We need somebody in there to step up and do and work on the implant case and try to figure out what they're doing with the implants. What do they actually do?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, Dr. Leir was finding out that they send and receive signals, so they are able to process and use information. I go with the sense that it's a supercomputer integrated with your biological system and do whatever it wants, whatever they want it to do, monitor your health or whatever. Yeah. Interesting. I'm pretty sure mine was implanted to monitor my thought processes a little bit because of my premonition ability, and that's just the way it is. I think the implant was in my body and for 20 years without me knowing it, and it kept my neurotransmitters artificially high for whatever reasons. And then unknowns to me, when I take the implant out, then my neurotransmitters go back to normal, and it made it a little rough. It kind of sucks. I got fatigue, but that's, that's, like I say, that's water under the bridge, and there ain't nothing I can do about it, but it's just the idea, but it's here that I've approached my elected representation in the government with an issue. I approached Social Security with this issue that I had. Nothing. Go get a lawyer. How do I argue in a court of law with something that doesn't exist? And we're starting to, I'm starting to see a lot of this kind of stuff come down the pike in our society now, today, of the issues that I was kind of looking at, trying to find reality, if you understand me.
I certainly do.
But, that's the way it is. I had an accident. I was paralyzed from the neck down. I got to walk again. Life's still great. I mean, I'm not whining, But, like I say, it could be a little better, and there's a lot of other things that could be done. But, I believe in quality of life. Or if people all had a good quality of life, we might have a few less problems on this old planet of ours.
Oh, you're so right. Hey, Timothy,
it's a sad.
Yeah, our time is up, and I always find getting you on the show, the time goes so fast. I mean, it just flies by.
Well, it's great. Yeah, well, I'm glad you called me and we talk, and people can listen to what I'm saying. Hopefully, digest a little of it. Understand I'm a real person trying to deal with a real reality and getting asked and doing the best we can around.
Yeah. And just think of how many other people are walking around with implants and don't realize it. That's one thing I told Michael. Michael, he needs to go get that wrist checked out and see if the x-rays and whatever it needs to be done to see if something has been implanted in him. Because I don't see anything. He could magnetize his wrist.
My feelings is they're not doing it just to kill time. Just like Daryl says, they're coming here for something. We may not know what it is, but they're still coming here for something. I gotta go. I had an interesting time with Joel Watchtower and talked to Judy again. I didn't realize I went down to the first one, and see, this is even my own state, and this is the second time I went to it. And it's kind of been difficult for me, but go down there and there were some other speakers. They dealt with hybrids and black-eyed children and whatever, but I did meet Mr. Sims and I got a feeling along them lines, and it was really great. I was, with that, a little bit, developed my understanding of what I'm looking at and a few other things. We're plugging along.
Oh, yeah.
But we really appreciate getting on your program, being able to kind of put a little of it out there so people kind of catch on and understand whatever they want to do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Timothy, I'll send you a link over, too, and if you want, you can put it on your, Facebook page, too, and people can listen to it, your Facebook friends.
Gotcha.
Okay, my friend, I want you to have a great evening.
You bet.
Say hi to your wife for me.
Yeah. Okay, you bet.
Okay, my friend, you take care.
Okay, Gary, you bet. Thanks a lot.
Okay, good night. Well, turkey time. Okay, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to have turkey time with tomorrow. We're going to wait because of the family members' work, so we're going to have our Thanksgiving on Saturday. My wife had an idea of having 2 Thanksgivings. I'll be honest with you. Just thinking of having turkey on Thursday and then having everything over again on a Saturday kind of would kill it. Turkey I like once a year type of thing, not like twice within 3 days. It just couldn't, it just didn't seem right to me. Not that, I just don't think I could handle eating turkey, and everything over again. No way. Yeah, and then Christmas is almost as bad. I mean, we usually have turkey and then we have ham, and we break it up like 2-3 different days during the week of Christmas because of relatives. What can I say? Again, if you feel you have been abducted, and if you feel that you had an implant put in, please contact us and tell us about it on nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. That's nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. I want to hear your story. And any truckers out there, too, if you've seen some UFOs on your long hauls, again, get a hold of us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Tell your trucker buddies about our show, too. I mean, what I hear is a lot of truckers are listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. What they do is download it, and then they play it in their cab at night on those long hauls. And I want to say thank you, and, my hat's off to you. And, what can I say? I don't think I could handle doing a long run at night. I mean, I'm at the age right now. Even when I was younger, I just did not ever like driving at night. And I don't know about you, but me, we still have a few more days of UFOs on Night Dreams Talk Radio. And, again, we're always looking for great guests. So if you have something, in the paranormal, you wrote a book, or you had a long story of being abducted, or you seen ghosts or shadow people or black-eyed children, and you want to get it out, again, get a hold of us. You know, you go on our website. There's a